Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm David. We've got to talk about Big Brother 22 All-Stars. Can you hear me, Sarah?
I can. Oh, well, you changed your ears.
Okay, good. Something happened with my audio, and now I can't hear you, but you go, and I'm going to figure this out while you're talking.
It's like casually, and then I can't hear you whatsoever. Okay. Hi, welcome. What do you say? I'm Sarah. He's David. And if you're new to this, but first, whoa, it's really hard by yourself. But first,
go, and I'm going to come back. I'm going to go.
You do what you got to do, David. Do whatever you got to do. But first, if you're new to this channel, please click thumbs up and subscribe and check out Patreon if you want to. Cause hi. David was just making fun of my tweet because I was like, hey, join BB22, and David was like, oh, what an enticing tweet. And that, he got punished for that. Audio went out.
Can you hear me now?
I can.
Well, I mean, I think you could hear me all along,
yes.
But I can now hear you. I was tempted to just let it go and try to read your lips the whole time because that was entertaining. Because did you redo the intro when we came back? I think I saw you say, I'm Sarah and he's David again. And I was like, you already did that part.
But I had to think through it because I had no idea what I was supposed to say. I was like, oh, wait a minute. What's our intro? Hi, I'm Sarah. He's David. BB22. Like, that's where I was. It was that mess.
Sorry for that live rehearsal, everybody.
You're like, I'm reading her lips and she's doing it wrong. She's doing it all wrong. Yep.
All right. Well, here we are. Sorry about that.
Woo! Let's talk about Big Brother 22, though.
Yes, let's do it. Did you do the rest of the intro? Where are we?
So. Whatever. Okay. It doesn't matter.
Great.
Okay. Doesn't.
So we're recapping the Wednesday episode a little bit. We're gonna touch on the high points of yesterday's episode, and then we'll do a more in-depth recap of the eviction episode that we just watched.
Absolutely. I'm still catching up on chat. Hey, thanks for stopping
it's been
by.
A while, Mr. Broadway dork. Good to see you.
Right. Okay, so on Wednesday, we have to talk about the fact that Christmas was really in her feels.
Okay. She cried the whole episode.
In real life, it was a full day. it was definitely a full day.
Yeah. I mean, early on, well, first of all, I'm just like rolling my eyes that she's crying because I'm like, it does not matter that you're on the block here. All that matters for everyone in the game is Veto. Like, it does a little bit, but like Enzo's the only person who's safe here. Like you and Cody and Nicole are all more or less in the same position here. You're all going to be playing for your Big Brother life in the Veto. So like, relax, like, just focus on the Veto and gun for that. And, Memphis is gone. I know you're sad, but get over it.
Yeah, it was a rough day for her, but it's just funny to be like, oh, that's interesting that when you were HOH and Bailey was upset, like she wasn't allowed to have her moments. I do remember that was one of Christmas's rules, that you weren't allowed to have your moments. And then also you have to give the HOH a lot of love when they put you on the block because they might feel bad. That was also like one of her rules. And she did not do that. She did not give Enzo lots of hugs and make him feel better for putting her up. And in fact, she wasn't even talking to the other person on the block.
No.
Like,
no, there was no like commiserating, like, oh, Nicole, like you and I were, oh gosh, like here we are in this together, like love you. None of that, I mean, she's also probably many reasons she's emotional, right? Like she's on the block, whatever. It's kind of hard. Yeah. Memphis is gone. She feels alone in the house, but then Natalie S said it. Let's wrap it up, Sarah, because I don't know what else there is to say.
That is accurate.
Yes.
Accurate.
But now Christmas is crying alone in the bedroom and no one is even coming to comfort her. Christmas is used to people coming and giving her the bear hug and piling on the bed and,
remember
really
when
trying
Memphis
to talk her
would just
off a
like
ledge.
give her those long hugs? She She doesn't get a long Memphis hug.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, let's jump to this luxury comp because it's a split world. There are people who like it and there are people who hate it.
I'm feeling like I'm in the minority here.
We might be.
But I am not ashamed to say that I loved this comp.
Nope.
I was so entertained.
We're entertained. Okay, yes. When it first started, I was like,
right.
Especially after the last couple episodes, you know, we've been burned. So I was like, eek.
And it felt very like, it felt like they were out of content and they threw something together last minute. They were like, where's $10,000? Like, do we have it in the budget? Okay, we're just going to take the characters from the comics competition and we're going to create a video game that they can't actually play, but they're going to draft people. Like, it's about as compelling as our Big Brother draft. You know what I mean? On its surface.
No, ours is much more. Thank you.
Well, just because you're winning, Sarah. Okay. But once it got into it and their personalities came out and we got to see them like having fun and like razzing each other, I was really laughing at it. I thought it was so fun.
I was too. This is the most I have enjoyed Cody. The way that Cody jumped up and was like, oh, was just so enjoyable. Like once he started doing that, I was like, what's happening? I know.
And he's winning and he's like getting in people's face like, you know, and I'm just like, it's just so fun to like.
And Christmas is like partially like falling apart, but like trying to keep it together. I'm here for that.
Yes. And they're,
so
you know,
good.
They understand that like, there's nothing that they're doing here. They're not really competing for anything. They've just picked characters at random, you know?
They're just cheering them on. That's it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you know, I thought it was fun.
But look, okay, let's look at what the comp really was. It's a crapshoot. It's like the very first episode, the people who played in the HOH comp who fell and weren't Cody and winning, they had to grab an envelope. Okay, remember this?
Yes.
And 4 of the people who grabbed an envelope were have-nots. One person, Christmas, who grabbed an envelope that said $5,000. It's the same thing. Instead of envelopes, one of the comics said $10,000 and the other comics said you lose. You're a big loser. So Big Brother put together these visuals that I thought were very cool. I appreciated the like, like whatever. Yeah. They put together these visuals. They put together like these little fake battles. They pieced it together like a little movie, like a little video on YouTube. Yeah. And they pressed play. And it only depended on who grabbed the one card that said $10,000, which happened to be named Memphis.
Yeah.
That's it.
And listen, I'm certainly not here to judge anybody's like consumption of content on YouTube, right? Like I'm so grateful y'all are here in the chat. Yes. But let's not forget that these like silly little like comic book character battles are huge on YouTube and they're completely fake and they're predetermined and millions of people watch them. So I was like, this is, to me, like, to just see them just have so much fun with it was like totally worth it for me. People are like, they could have at least had them press a button so it looks like they're playing a video game. And I'm like, folks, let's take the entertainment where we can get it here. Yeah. Okay, we're desperate for lols at this point in the game.
We really are. I prefer this over sneezes. And Bethy, that's a good question. I don't know. I'd like to say that the producers rolled a dice in the production room. Yeah. And Memphis won, flipped a coin. I don't know. Yeah. But that's the way it went. And the next level of entertainment was how personal Christmas took this.
Well, yes. She was so sad. I mean, we saw her sad on the feeds about.
We did, but we didn't fully understand. And now that we saw it, we understood.
Yeah. She's just so competitive. It probably stung extra hard that she was the first person eliminated, you know, that she picked the losing draft. So that was tough for her. Really, really tough for her. I also loved how Nicole picked Janelle first. That was rich. That was great. She picked Janelle before she picked herself. So great. Fantastic. And then I also loved when it was Kaser versus Tyler, and Enzo had Tyler, and he's like, hit him with your follicles, and he kept saying the word follicles over and over again, and with Enzo's accent, it was just so funny. Like, for me, just lots of entertainment value here.
Lots of lulls. What was so interesting, I say that it's mildly interesting. So Christmas in that love room lounge thing that she was like, didn't pick Memphis. Like, when I was watching that live and I was trying to understand what the heck this comp was, and she said something along the lines of, I didn't want to show them because he had just been evicted the night before. This is the next morning. Right. And she was like, I didn't want to show them like that he's my buddy or whatever. But he was the second to last person picked.
I know.
I didn't buy that at all, Christmas.
You had so many chances to pick him.
So many. Like, she picked herself first. Yeah. And then there was a second round. And like the second round, I feel like you could have picked him and it not been a big deal. Third round, could have picked him, not been a big deal.
No.
Memphis was the last person Nicole picked.
Yep. Yeah, no, Christmas picked herself, and then she picked Danny, and then she picked Kevin over Memphis. So you just didn't pick him despite many chances. Okay. And then like it was funny to see like, oh, he didn't actually win anything. Because on the feeds, like they made it seem like, oh, Memphis won. You know, Nicole picked Memphis and he won something and it's like, no, the character won. But Nicole is the only one who won actual money here.
That's how dramatic Christmas was being about Memphis, that bloggers and the people reporting on Big Brother were reporting that Memphis also won money. But that all came down to just Christmas being like, good job, Memphis. I'm so glad that you won.
I'm so proud of you or whatever. It's like, what? No.
And then in the diary room, Christmas is like, I just don't want Memphis to feel some kind of way that I didn't pick him. And I was like, oh my God, he's going to feel some kind of way that you are making this scene right now over this.
Yeah.
That's when he's going to feel some kind of way.
Yeah. And this is, I just want to remind y'all, this is after Christmas literally said, I think I'm out of tears to cry earlier in the episode. But she found the reserves. You know, she dug deep. She found more tears to shed for not picking Memphis.
Ooh, she found them. She found them. All right. The real important thing about Wednesday's episode is Veto.
Oh, it wasn't the eyebrow waxing segment? Okay, copy. It's the veto, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. Men having their eyebrows waxed is always entertaining. I tweeted it. I stand by it. Men have no concept of the pain we go through. I mean, obviously some men do, but in general, they have no concept of the pain we subject ourselves to on a regular basis.
And they're not equipped to handle it.
And I will take that over sneezes any day. So.
Oh, amen. Yes. So the veto, though, you're right. So it's a hamster wheel competition where it's a day's
shout out to Hamster Watch.
Yes.
None of the house guests shouted her out. And I say, that's unacceptable.
Yeah. And she tweeted you back and she was like, they've never heard of me. I was like, they have. Like, they have to have heard of her. She's such
These
a
All-Stars probably have not. That's how disappointing they are.
Fair point.
But yes, I agree. They should not. They should absolutely know her. Yeah.
Yeah. But the running on the wheels was very funny, especially at the beginning when they're kind of getting their bearings on this thing. And they're running like with their hands and their feet and they're all hunched over. It was, good visual humor there.
It was. I loved it. I mean, we've seen this style comp before. You need to know the days, but you have to do some sort of activity to get to the days. So I love the running in the wheel and then having to sort of figure out, like, they go too far, they have to reset and start over. You got to like slow it down and stop it in time and like just count up 1, 2, 3 there at the end. So it was interesting to sort of watch them figure that out.
Yeah.
From the beginning, though, Cody and Nicole are
blowing them away. Yes. Yeah. I mean, the two of them don't get a single strike until Enzo is out and Christmas has 2 strikes. And then that's when Nicole gets her first strike. And then Christmas is out the next one. So this is very much a competition between Cody and Nicole. I'm not surprised here. I think the two of them are definitely the most capable with this like memorization days kind of thing. So, we knew that Cody was ultimately the winner here. And I think it did seem to come down to he was just a little more adept at getting the counter to the right day, because Nicole knew all the answers, but she was just a bit slower than him on the hamster
He
wheel.
looked really good on that wheel. Like it didn't seem like she had a couple times where she was still figuring it out, but it seemed like Cody just got it pretty quickly. He never really messed up on that wheel too much. So Enzo out first, Christmas out second, and then it comes down, Nicole and Cody, and Nicole does not win, so Cody does.
Yep. So he's got the final veto. And like we said before, it feels like it is just inevitable that he is going to win this season. Like after he won the veto, he went into one of the side bedrooms, I think the camera room, to celebrate by himself. And I just was thinking, like, has Cody had a bad day this summer? Like, I don't think there's been one day where things have not gone his way.
No.
That's wild.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little frustrating to be like, oh my God, it's been so easy for you. But I have to give him credit for that. That's a combination of your social game and your physical game. That's why you go, he's won the season. Like
totally. And I mean, I think you could say the same for Enzo. Like, I don't think there's been a day where Enzo's been like especially angry or frustrated or sad or anything, but like, Cody's just got the wins to back it up as well. So this is just like, oh yeah, Cody's the winner here.
Yes, Busy Blue in the chat. Thanks for stopping by. We are looking for the little gold nuggets here that we can be excited about.
We are doing the panning. We're like, wait, these are all pebbles. There's no gold.
We'll take this. We'll take this over this. Okay, yeah. A little bit of that. Right. Unfortunately, this was our last time to see Comp B's Christmas. I was really looking for her to just show us all that stuff that she kept talking about to the camera by herself. She was just going to unleash on us. And we were all sitting and waiting. I mean, it just
we're still
waiting. We're still waiting. I don't know. Don't know if we're ever going to see it. That might have been it.
That might have been the last we see of Christmas on Big Brother.
So, peace out, Comp Christmas. All right, Thursday episode. Let's talk about tonight's eviction.
So yes, the veto normally would have played out on Wednesday, but it's just such a short veto ceremony. It's a veto ceremony and eviction ceremony. So it's playing out in this Thursday episode. So we're starting with Christmas's campaign, sort of like she's talking to Enzo, and he's telling her what she wants to hear, as Enzo does. And he's saying, like, I want you in final 3. And, I don't know what to do, really. Like, I don't know about Cody and Nicole and how close they are and what I can do. And she's like, I don't know either. And he's like, listen, do what you got to do.
Do what you got to do.
Throw me under the bus. I want you there. So it's up to you. Make it happen.
Yeah. Oh, I really liked the moment when he was like, Christmas, I've been honest with you this entire game. I want you in final 3. And I was like, pause. Last week you were like, get Christmas out. Memphis needs to stay.
Yeah.
Christmas gotta go. But since then, he's been honest with her this entire game since then. And he does give her advice of like, do what you got to do. And then I mean, we mentioned this before. Like, she just did not do what she didn't do enough.
No.
Yeah, she did keep talking to Cody. Good. But she didn't, other than saying like, I'll take you to final 2, she didn't really offer too much.
And she, we'll get into it when she's pitching Cody, but we feel that there was an opportunity to distinguish herself potentially from the person who she's on the block with. Like, she didn't really do any campaigning against Nicole, and I think that would have helped her maybe a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, would it have worked? We don't know because the season has just been like, what is happening? But yeah, she could have at least tried. Before we get to that, though, we get Nicole has record days in the Big Brother house.
She does. So, well, first of all, she says sucks now, not stinks.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So that's an important thing to note. But yes, she's got more days than Paul. She's got more days than Janelle. And, she doesn't want to get cocky, but she's kind of, building herself up. Like, I might be the first 2-time winner. That's very much where her head's at and where it should be. She's very close.
I was mad when Janelle didn't get this package because Janelle hit this mark early in the season. And I was like, someone needs to acknowledge this. Janelle's an icon. Like, let's have a segment about how many days she's been in this house. And I was mad she didn't get it. But Nicole deserves it now because now Nicole has surpassed and she has the record. She gets this segment. But Janelle's seasons were like an appropriate number of days. The fact that Nicole has played in the later seasons, it's not a great comparison because their seasons are 99 days now.
Yeah, right.
Basically. So the fact that Janelle even came close when her seasons were much less than that.
Yeah.
I just have to bring that up because that's a huge, huge difference. But I did love Cody in the diary room being like, girl, take your record because you ain't winning this game.
Right. Yeah. You're not going to be the 2-time winner, but like, congrats on the most days ever played. Okay.
Look, I like Cody in the DR. All right.
Yeah. He's got
a
little spice this episode in the diary room, and I like it.
I appreciate that.
Yep. So then we've got Enzo trying to do a little work on Cody, even though he said like it's up to you. He's in the backyard with Cody and he's saying like I think Christmas is easier to beat in the final HOH competitions. Just think about it. But
did he say that?
Well, this is one of those examples, Sarah, where you're like, did he say that? And I'm like, well, I thought, but like now maybe I need to rewatch the episode. But like, that's what I wrote down in my notes. I don't know.
What I heard was him say it in the DR of like, I got to get Cody to realize Christmas is easier to beat. And then they, edit to him in the backyard. And I was like, and you're said,
like waiting for it.
And you walked away. I was like, but, where was it?
Maybe I only heard him in the diary room as well.
You're like, I assume he said it because he said he was going to say it. And then true to Enzo form, it did not come out. No.
He never said it. He's all talk, no action.
Literally just says it in the diary room and then not in real life to Cody. But then as he walks away, Cody's just like, dude, you haven't beat anybody. I don't know who's easier to beat.
Yeah, right.
You don't beat anybody. And that's like, eek, whoops, okay.
Then in what is perhaps my favorite moment of this episode, Enzo and Nicole and Cody are in the kitchen and Enzo's like, whoa, what do we think? Final 3. And Christmas is like, what the F, Enzo? Like from the bathroom, she hears him. I was like, this is amazing. And he cannot cover his tracks here. He is just busted.
This was so good. If this was on the feeds, I 100% missed it. This was a shock when I saw it, but it was beautiful. It was fantastic. And it was just casually like, what were other final threes like? Is this a good final 3? How are we talking about our final 3? Christmas down the hall.
Yeah.
I know.
I heard that. And then he's like, I met there were just 3 of us here. So, guys, what other final 4s did you have in mind? And Christmas is like, final 3s, you mean?
I meant, because, there were 3 of us standing here. So I just, Christmas.
Yeah, I just wanted more from her. I was like, hang some pots and pans or something, like you're giving me a little Christmas, but like, I could use a little more. Like,
this is when we want you to just lose it, Christmas. Come on.
Yes.
But no, she knows that she has to like isolate herself because she'll say something she's not supposed to say. And it's like, but we want to see it.
Yeah, right. But Christmas is very much like in the diary room. She's like, well, now I know that Enzo is not fighting for me. Like, I can't trust him anymore. And she goes into the bedroom. I mean, I don't know about the sequence of events here because she is wearing a different outfit when she's in the bedroom. But then she's talking about the strikes, that Enzo has against him. He didn't tell her that he wasn't going to vote for Nicole in the triple eviction. He put her up without a heads up. She's just kind of like listing off the things that he has done to wrong her.
Yeah. And ultimately, she's like, he has betrayed me, is the point of all of that. And she's like, I'm going to try my hardest so that I can stay. And honestly, all of this is just like, we see this a lot in the Big Brother house where you have to sort of justify things to yourself. And especially Christmas, because she is so loyal. Like, that's really important to her, more so than like trying to win the game. And so she has felt loyalty to Enzo. And so she had to like convince herself she doesn't have to be loyal to him anymore. She can like make an authentic pitch to Cody and like consider taking him to final two. Like, she really has to get herself in that place. She can't just lie to Cody and be like, I'll take you to final two. Sure. And then not. So she's like working herself up with that. And then we do see her, do a little pitch to Cody and say that like, Enzo's betrayed me. Like, I don't have to be loyal to him anymore. I will. And that's why you should believe me that I will take you to final two, because I'm not loyal to Enzo. And this is when I feel like she should have laid on a little bit about Nicole as well.
Yes, this is kind of her missed opportunity. Again, like, I don't think we believe that it really would have changed anything, but I just feel like she didn't, pull out every card in her hand here by not saying like, Nicole's also talking about how she can't beat you. So, if Nicole is telling you that she's going to take you to final two, you should probably question that, because she's saying something different to me. Like, why not just take a little mini shot? And you're not lying. She's telling the truth. So, just take a little mini shot at the person that you're sitting on the block with to try to convince Cody. Why is it all about Enzo here? So I think she missed an opportunity.
Yeah, it would have been nice to see her just sort of lay it out that both Enzo and Nicole, I've had conversations with both. Neither one of them are taking you to final two. Don't know if you think that they are, but they're not, because they're scared you're a big threat. Like, you can seep that paranoia in him. Do we think it would actually work? No, because this season, that's just how things go. It's always going to just be the easiest route. No surprises whatsoever. So no, it probably wouldn't have worked. We just would have liked to have seen it.
Yes, absolutely. But is it after after this, we get a quick little backyard segment of Nicole dreaming of Julie saying congratulations. She's playing the scenario out in her head, writing the script, revising the script, rewriting, what if she says congratulations? Oh no, she'd say, and that means congratulations, Nicole. She's like playing it all out, envisioning it, manifesting this win.
And honestly, I was like, let's all just take note of this moment. And if she wins this season, we say, Christy, and we say, Caitlin, this is how you manifest. This girl did it. Yeah. Y'all said she manifests things.
Yeah.
But this girl did it.
She did it. Yep.
But if she doesn't win, then we don't. We just put that back.
Right. Then we get Cody kind of messing with Nicole here. Like, he's heard Christmas's campaign. And, Cody is just feeling so super comfy and like, I could do whatever I want and I'm still going to win this season. That he is just needling Nicole a little bit. And of course, she's like, this is not funny. Like, this is not funny.
This is so true to the relationship. And she is doing an official pitch. Like, even though they have this like relationship, she's doing her due diligence. Thank you.
Yes.
And she's like, look, I am taking you to final two. Like, it is whatever. And he just is like messing with her. Yeah. He's like, really? Christmas's pitch was really good. But this is just their relationship. But of course, it can make Nicole like super paranoid.
Oh, and I think she does get a little paranoid in that moment. And I think it stuck with her. Like, there were some nerves, in this like live eviction for sure. She was like, oh my God, like, is he gonna betray me at the last possible second? She definitely was like, this that it's not a good game move for you to take
No.
this. It is not a good game move.
It is a better game move to take me.
Yeah.
Me. Just think of me.
Yeah.
Now let's get to the important part of this episode. A Jerry.
Oh my God. Yes. So Kevin is trying to manifest, but I think we all know how good Kevin is at manifesting things. But he's trying to manifest a Cody eviction where Cody's going to walk through the door. And Danny apparently is on a one.
I love that he was like, I'm lighting candles. And I was like, same. We've been lighting candles all season, Kevin, and it's just not working.
It's just not,
okay.
No, but yeah.
Okay.
Cody's just going to blow your candle out. Sorry. But Danny is like on this one woman mission, apparently. I don't think anyone necessarily disagrees with her, but anytime there is a hint of Cody's going to lose Big Brother 22, she's like, no, he's not. He's playing the best game this season, and you all know it, and we're all going to vote for him. Like, she's coming so hard for Cody and this jury.
So hard. Oh my gosh. Like in the top, because they're all just talking about different people, right? And so she's just lightly like, I roll city to bitter jurors, whatever, just because Cody's playing the best game. But then it just like moves on to her being bitter about literally every other player that has brought up except Cody.
Right.
Like, hello, Danny. Dial it down just a smidge.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wowzers.
But great to see like both David and Tyler kind of say like maybe it's Nicole because Memphis has been running the house. Like he's kind of, playing just as well as Cody. We think like he's definitely a threat to win. And then, perfectly timed entrance. Memphis walks in looking very sharp, I must say, like in his suit jacket and his monk strap dress shoes. Like he looks great. And then honestly, like, not to make it a comparison between Memphis and David, but like then there's this like confessional from David in his like what's wrinkled t-shirt doing? And he's unshaven, and I'm like, just right side by side.
Choices, David. I was like, is it rough for you in the jury house? What's happening?
You look a little run down.
I was concerned by his appearance. He seemed a bit disheveled. I feel like maybe him and Davon are not connecting or something. Like he's not maybe in a good mental place.
Yeah, something's going amiss.
I was worried about that. But of course he's like, happy Memphis is here. And I was like, get it. That's right. Davon is rooting for Enzo. She said it. She made it very clear. She just needs him to make some moves. And again, we also need him to make some moves. You can't just vote him because you like him. That's no.
Right.
Memphis revealed Enzo's move to tell Cody, like Memphis is like, I had a wise guys and then I had a wise guys. And Enzo told Cody about it. And I was like, oh, that's a lot of information that he revealed.
A lot. Yeah. I also thought it was interesting that like Tyler just said to Memphis's face, like, oh, I think that Cody and Enzo are bigger threats to win than you. Like, it's like, oh, Tyler, ouch. Like he just got evicted. Like, chill.
I was like, oh, Tyler's just like, he's like, how do I say this politely? They're bigger. Yeah. No. Yeah. They're better at this game than you.
Yeah.
I was like,
but then like Davon is calling out what we have all been calling out. She's like, this is what Nicole did in season 18. She laid low. She did nothing. She found the guy that she was going to be attached at the hip as a shield. And then at the end of the game, the end ass of the game, she's going to start winning competitions. Like she's watching it play out and she's like, y'all, this is exactly how she won last time. But Danny is having none of it. She's like, David is trying to like say a positive word about Nicole and Danny is like, give me a break. Like you think Nicole is playing a good game for real? And then like, it's just like a fight now with Danny, between Danny and Kevin and David. And it's just a mess.
Right, because David's like, I'll give her a vote at the end if she makes it to the end. And Danny's like, how dare you? What are you talking about? No votes for Nicole. And Kevin's like, could you just let David talk? And she's like, you're so rude. Danny.
What? Why are you so argumentative? Like Cody would probably be like, I need you to chill. Like my game can speak for itself. I don't need you to like be
not at all
so hard for me.
Absolutely. Like what? He's just not that into you, Danny. Like you giving him a vote or a win isn't going to make him fall in love with you. Like just calm down. And I just still, I know we brought this up the first jury time that we saw Danny be like, what's Nicole doing? And we were like, where did this come from? We thought they were friends. And she's just like doing it even more this time.
Yeah. And you got to wonder, like, could that backfire somehow? You know, like if she's like, could she potentially sour even one or two jury members on Cody because she's just like so insistent that there is no rightful winner other than Cody? And for them to be like, you know what? Yeah, there is. And like Nicole played a good game too. And so I'm going to give her some props and throw her my vote, even though like maybe I agree that, you know, if I really thought about it, yeah, Cody played the better game, but you're just kind of annoying me with your like balls to the wall campaign for Cody. And so I'm voting for Nicole. Like, you know, you got to be delicate with how you're campaigning in jury for someone.
Well, yeah, like just state the case. Don't be like aggressively rude about it. Like, but I mean, that's just Danny's personality. Like that's how she was inside the house as well as outside the house. So why we would think something was different, I don't know. But yeah, it is interesting to see. Like, I think we've got a clear picture that although you can state positive things about other house guests in the final three, Cody is the one to take the game unless you get him out.
That's right. They all acknowledge like cutting Cody is the only winning game move for anyone else in the game. So that's how we all feel too.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, that's basically it. We're pretty sure Cody's going to win the whole game, but we can always root for someone to try to take him out and get that win themselves. That's we'd like to see it.
Yeah, it's up to this final HOH comp, which he's probably going to win. So
exactly. Hello. He's winning. Oh my God. All right, let's get back to the house. And
Peaches time.
Wait a minute. Thank you for the super chat.
Get out of here. Thank you so much.
Super generous. Adam, Mr. Broadway Dork. You guys literally saved the season for me. I hated this season, but your energy, chemistry, and enthusiasm kept me watching all of your episodes. Thank you.
So kind. Thank you.
Yeah, we certainly appreciate that.
Yeah,
Look,
we do.
Some seasons are better than others.
Yeah.
But we will sift for those
and
gold
this is
nuggets.
one of the others.
Just for you guys. We do it for you.
That's right. So speeches time.
Yes.
And, you know, Christmas, she was out of speeches last time. She had a decent speech here. I think she tried, you know, she threw a dagger straight at Enzo. And she was like, third place, buddy. Good job.
Yes. I do believe I gave her a very hard time this time last week when I was like, girl, get you a speech. Cause haven't hit it yet. And someone got the message to her and she delivered. I appreciated this speech. You know, she made a point to the people she needed to. And the most important was, Enzo, congrats on third place, buddy.
Yeah. Bow. Yeah.
Probably accurate. Probably.
She's got a good read on the situation. I just wish that she could have like fully owned. If I'm nitpicking, I wish she'd fully owned it, but she just was like, like she kind of like had to laugh and be like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I said that!" Like in the middle of the speech, like just
she was like, "Sorry."
Drop
like,
the mic and sit down. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, afterwards, it was all like hugs, and he was all like baby mama. So like, do it then, but in the moment, don't apologize. Yeah. Now, Nicole's speech, the way I heard it, because she started with Cody 6 years ago, we played together. And then what I heard from that moment on was, and we've been friends ever since. We clearly had an alliance coming into this game, and no one has tried to evict either one of us, really. And look at us now. See you in final two. That's what I heard, David. Is that what she said?
Wow, that's what you heard, huh? I don't think it was quite that. I don't think it was quite
She
that
literally
explicit.
started with 6 years ago. She pointed out that they have a past relationship.
Yeah, right.
I hope that haunts Enzo's dreams tonight.
I hope there were flashbacks to that wall yeller who was like, Cody and Nicole are playing everybody. They're all working together. And Enzo's like, oh, right. They've known each other for 6 years. And I've known Cody for 79 days. So I'm not sure this is going to end well for me.
That wall yeller was on day 20 something. We're days 70 something.
There's like literally nothing that can harm Cody and Nicole in this game. It's wild.
Yeah, and honestly, a final two of the two of them is just so fitting. Like, they deserve it. I don't care if you hate both of them. They deserve it. A wall yeller warned everyone, and they're still in the game. They're in final three. So,
right.
I don't know. Okay.
Here we are. Yeah. But she's, she's very nice to Christmas. Hope we can be friends after this. And then she's like, Enzo, you made me pee myself. And I'm like, okay, maybe you didn't put that in the speech, but fine.
I'm pretty sure this is the third season in a row that she's peed her pants. But we don't need to talk about that.
Right. But then Cody has to get up and cast his vote to evict. And I felt the nerves from Nicole. I think she was like, please,
she was worried.
Please, like, just don't screw this up. This is what we've been gunning for the whole game. This is the moment. And I too was like, is he gonna pull like a last minute little switcheroo?
Yeah, right.
Who knows? And he did a good job, I thought, of building it up. Like, this is so hard. And, both of you have played such great games, But he does what we all suspected he was going to do. Christmas was after him and he knew it. And this was his best game move to evict Christmas.
It really is. Like, he's put himself in a super great spot where he can make this move. And of course you get rid of Christmas at this point. Mm-hmm. But there was a moment where I was like, oh, is he going to shake something off? Oh my God. But
No.
So Christmas leaves, hugs all around, no hurt feelings. She tells Julie, because Julie's like, would you have taken Cody to final two like you said? And she says, probably because Enzo wasn't loyal to me anymore. And I was like, oh, this is why you're not good at this game.
Okay, I'm going to tell you what I heard from Christmas's exit interview, and you tell me if this is what she said. She could have beat anyone in a final two scenario. She won comps. She played a great social game. She made big moves that nobody else was willing to make, and she came out of the house clean. And she knew all of the information that was in the goodbye messages. There were no surprises. She knew they were all working together. She knew they were close. She's the queen of Big Brother. Is that what she said?
Well, actually, yes, that's exactly what she said, David. Word for word, you are correct, even though that's delusional and in no case accurate. Those are the words that she said.
Oh my God. I was like, wow, this is just classic. I mean, like, sure, let her have this final moment of delusion of like, I knew exactly what was happening in this house. And, they had to get me out because I was the biggest threat in the game. Like, okay, sure. Like, go to the jury house believing that. I think the jurors are going to have a reality check for you when you get there. But
not Memphis. She's playing the best game according to Memphis. You guys, she finished worse than she did last time. So we're going to give her this. We're going to let her live with this delusion, at least until she gets out of the house. Yep. And I thought her goodbye messages were interesting. Obviously, Enzo's was like, whatever. And then Nicole said, I've had an alliance with Cody and Enzo since like day 2 or 3. And I was like, you have?
I don't know about that. I think it was Cody for sure.
Quite accurate, yeah.
But Enzo did not come into play until much later. He was just with Cody. Like, you were kind of associated through via Cody with Enzo.
Yeah, I mean, Enzo was working with everybody. But I don't think there was a 3-person alliance that I know of. But then Cody, gosh, he is a master at these goodbye messages. I am loving, I think, all of them that I've seen.
Yeah.
He lays it out so clearly and in not like a rude or egotistical way, I don't think.
I don't think so either. He kind of is like, you were a threat for these reasons. Well, I had to evict you because I had final twos with the other two people. And the final two that you were offering me came too late, right?
Yeah. But he said in the beginning, from day like early on, I had 3 final threes that were very important to my game, which is a good way to phrase that. And he throws in Memphis because she's so close to Memphis.
Yeah.
So he throws in that. And then he explains, but Enzo told me about the 2 wise guys.
Yeah.
Okay. That should be shocking information to you, Christmas.
Agreed. Yes.
And because of that, I had to get rid of Memphis and then you. Like, this is part of how I'm such an amazing player in BB22. And then she's just like, no surprises there. Saw it all for weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, no.
Okay.
No way,
no,
sorry.
You didn't. No, you did not. But yeah, he just, I think, did a great job of laying out, like, I had these 3 final twos. Yeah. I had to break the one with Memphis because I found out this information. And then you were the other person that was a threat from that information that I, was told.
Right.
And so no disrespect. You were just a threat to my game. And so I had to get you out,
Yeah, and I have final twos with these other people.
It's perfectly reasonable.
Yeah, absolutely. Cody is killing it with jury management, in my opinion, from my perspective.
Yeah, we saw it in the jury segment. Like, they're all saying already, like, Cody's going to win. And it's just going to come down to this final HOH. Can one of these other 2 people win? And will they cut him? That's what this season is coming down to.
Yes. Thank you, Jody. That's true. They did have the core 4. So maybe that's what Nicole was talking about. And she just left Danny out of it.
Yeah, sure.
Could they have edited Danny out of it? I don't know if that was a seamless shot. So maybe that's what she meant. She just phrased it that the 3 of us, for time's sake or whatever.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jody, for that.
Yes.
Okay.
We did get some family messages now, and Victor is proud of Nicole.
But you know what, David? He's only one time proud, and Cody's girlfriend was like roughly 12 to 16 times proud.
Right. I mean, I was jokingly waiting for Victor to say he was proud of her because Victor watched the episode where Nicole spiraled about him not saying it.
And read the social media that was like, ah!
Yeah, like he's gonna say it in this video message. So I'm waiting for it to like have a good laugh. But Nicole was also waiting for it. She was like, okay, he said it. Okay. Woo,
right.
Thank you, Victor.
Yeah, she was not pretending that was not an issue whatsoever. But the fact that Cody's girlfriend was first and she said it so many times, I was like, oh no.
Yeah,
it almost made me think she was doing it on purpose. Like, that's what I would have done.
Yeah.
If you were in the house and I saw someone else being like that, I'd be like, David, I'm so proud of you. Like, all of us in our family are so proud of you. Like, I could not be more proud of you.
Yeah.
I am so proud of you.
You're doing us
like,
so proud.
Yeah. Which I kind of think she did, and I kind of stand her for that. So yeah, those were really sweet. Enzo's son's going to be a banana. And as for Halloween, which was really cute. And then as they were leaving, I don't know if you heard like eavesdropping on the house guests, Cody was like, is that because you won that banana comp? And I had totally forgotten about Enzo on the banana.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
but don't know if that's true, but that they thought, they were like, that's so cute if that's why he's doing it. And that's really cute. Yeah. So nice to see those 3 get their family videos. That means Memphis and Christmas did not get family videos. I think everyone else did, right?
Yeah.
Whoops. Overlap there.
I bet there's one for Memphis or for Christmas, just in case Cody had evicted Nicole.
Yeah.
So Christmas will probably see her family video, but like Memphis potentially just didn't get one.
No, hopefully both of them have them waiting for them at the jury house.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, that's it until this final HOH is all we have left.
Yeah. We've got the episode tomorrow.
Is it. Well, yeah, what's that? We don't know that.
Who knows? It's going to be some kind of clip thing with the beginning of HOH part 1 is my prediction. Then we've got Monday. We will probably see the rest of part 1 and part 2. And then Wednesday is the finale, which is after the Amazing Race. So Wednesday, we've got Amazing Race at 8 p.m. and then 9 p.m. is the Big Brother finale, where we will see, Yes, 2-hour finale where we will see part 3 of the final HOH, and then they will have that eviction, and then we'll see the jury, and we'll probably see at some point we're going to see Janelle and Kaser and Keisha and Nicole and Bailey. They're going to be there via Zoom.
Was that Monday?
I think so.
I think that was Monday's episode that we get to see some pre-jurors. That's very exciting. That will be very, very fun. Yeah. I did hear that Kaser and Janelle did a live Instagram live where they were like, we're not going to be at the finale. So
it'll be Zoom, yeah.
Yeah. So at least we'll get a little bit of them, and hopefully because that's separate, it's not like rushed. Yeah. You know, if it was on eviction night, it would feel very, very rushed.
I'm also wondering if we're going to get jurors in studio, or if they're going to switch up the voting method so that they vote from the jury house or something. Like, I don't know how many people they want to have in the studio at once. Is Julie going to want to be around that many people at the same time? I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. Because, I mean, obviously all the jury is fine together, but it's Julie and the producers that they would maybe want to keep separate. I also, you know,
but maybe they're just like, we'll do a rapid test for everybody on the day of the finale, and then it's just the finale and we're all going home. And probably the contract is like, once the finale's over, we are not responsible if you test positive for COVID after that. So
yeah, also because then they usually have press in the backyard right after that, so that's going to probably be different for sure. I can't imagine they're filling up the backyard with people in masks even. I don't know. Right. I doubt it. That's probably going to be more virtual.
I agree.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they do the eviction, the eviction, and then the winning, the crowning of our winner.
Yeah.
Hopefully the feeds come back later tonight and we get to see who won part 1 of the HOH.
Yeah, we should have those. So we'll actually have some spoilers. Like, it's been a while since we've had any kind of meaningful spoilers for you guys.
Yes.
But we will. This is a significant spoiler.
We're not going to have that spoiler for you tomorrow because change of plans. As we're wrapping up Big Brother, you guys, the schedule will change up just a little bit here because we are adding a brand new show.
One of my
first
faves.
Time.
One of my faves of all time.
Because
The Bachelorette.
The Bachelorette.
Another, COVID era show here. They are at a resort in La Quinta near Palm Springs. They've all been quarantined, and they're all living together, essentially quarantining together at this resort. The entire season takes place here. There is some drama, and we are starting our coverage tomorrow of the first 2 episodes of The Bachelorette.
Look, just like David and I started all of this because when we worked together, I walked into his office and I was like, oh my God. And then this happened on Big Brother, and then this happened on Big Brother, and oh my God, you got to start watching Big Brother. Yeah. And so all of our friendship, he says everything about Bachelor and Bachelorette to me. I don't watch, but I hear all about it from David every single season.
Because often, like when we used to shoot in your studio, I would be leaving, when we were shooting on Monday nights, and I would be going over to my friends to watch The Bachelorette, and Sarah would be casually be like, so how's The Bachelorette? And I'd be like, well, let me tell you, blah, 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 blah. And she'd be like, okay, cool. But I'm getting her hooked this season. I am determined.
Yes, my sister also loves the franchise, so I hear from her as well. So, it's just time. Hey, it's 2020. What are we doing with our lives in 2020? Truly. So, so tomorrow, David and I will be dropping a video for our first Bachelorette recap. It will not be live. It will be posted tomorrow. And then things will shuffle around a little bit next week and the following week, but we will keep you up to date on that. So Big Brother wise, we will be back on Monday with all sorts of spoilers and the Monday and Friday episode recap.
Yes. So we will see you guys tomorrow for Bachelorette, and Monday, and then Wednesday, and then many more days after.
Oh, you can't get rid of us.
No.
All the days. Many, many days. You guys, thank you so much for joining us. If you are joining us on Twitch, thank you. Click the follow. If you are joining us on YouTube, click a thumbs up.
Yes.
We appreciate it.
And if you guys are joining us later, make sure you leave us a comment and tell us. Let's see. What do we want to know? Did you like the luxury comp or not?
True.
I want to know that.
World. Yeah. I want to know who you're rooting for HOH here.
Yes. I also want to know who you're voting for America's Favorite Player. And bonus fourth question. I know we only usually do 3 questions, but bonus fourth question.
Hit it.
Do you think either Nicole or Enzo has the guts to cut Cody? I want to know.
Will it happen?
Yeah.
Or is this just Cody's thing? Yes, we got to talk about voting is open. Get in your votes.
Get your votes for Davon.
I am a big supporter of you vote for whoever you want to vote for.
Yes, and especially if it's Davon.
Absolutely. If you want to vote for Davon, get it in. And Janelle. Get all those votes.
But whoever you want. Whoever you want
out of Davon and Janelle. It's fine.
Exactly.
Totally,
we're fine with it.
So supportive of whoever you want. All right, you guys. We'll see you next time.
All right. See you then. Bye.
Bye.